not hooked by much. Tangled up. I think I've got 6 in there, plus that little halalu, the goggle eye. So I'm tempted just to head out, but I'll make one more pass in here. I think there's going to be bait around. I don't want to be caught short-handed. High tide is about 8:40 in the morning, so I've got some time to kind of screw around. Hopefully I'll be able to find some action on the vertical jig. I got the replacement for the Spinfisher 5 that I had, which is the Spinfisher 6, so I just had to pay the difference, and then I got a new warranty for it. But it'll be nice to be able to jig again. I've been out of jigging for a little over a month, but I think today's gonna be all right. It's not supposed to be great fishing, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Coming into the bait. Okay, 2 bait tubes. Let's get to it. Still kind of working my way towards where I want to be, but I'm gonna stick the first bait on. I'm in 170. I'm right quite close to the depth I want to be. Choose one of these, preferably one with a messed up mouth. This one kind of looks messed up. No? Oh well. Still, just use the first one I grabbed. Current's taking me kind of the opposite direction, but as it comes to high tide, that should switch direction. Nice little, probably 8-inch bait. And I've got 40-pound fluorocarbon on this rig to a 2.0 live bait hook. knew something was messing with him. Hooked up 240. Really had a ton of line out there. It did kind of a hit, turn back towards me type of thing, which is what these bigger yellowfin tuna do. But just happy to get a bite right now. It's even before the tide change. Whatever it is, I don't think it knows it's hooked yet. Backed off my drag some. Not really feeling anything yet. It's not really heavy enough to be a shark. Okay, here we go. Okay. Kind of figured out it was hooked there. There's another mark down there with it. I'm just gonna free spool because I don't know what that is. Try and let the fish outrun it. Well, whatever was on it turned, like, fish went down, and whatever that was went down also, so I'm thinking it's a shark. I know this thing is hooked. I was using a tiny little hook, but what I'm gonna do now is try and push out to deeper water and tow this thing. I know the fish can outrun the shark, but if I just try and fight it vertically, I think the shark will definitely beat me. Like, I can't bring it in that fast. It is a possibility that it's just another tuna, but who knows? This fish might be pretty small that I'm doing all this for, but whatever. I don't want to get sharked. Once I get it further off the bottom, I'll feel a little better about it. This all could just be for a bonita, a cava cava. Haven't really seen the... Actually, I saw some pretty good head shakes there. Pretty sure it's the yellowfin tuna at this point, just because it's still fighting. Kava kava would have given up by now. I mean, it could always be a big kava kava. And then what I have not caught out here in freaking 2 years is a skipjack tuna. I guess it could be one of those. Let's see it coming up on the fish finder through about 150 feet right now. Tighten my drag just a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely a tuna. But what I'm doing on the fish finder right here is just trying to watch to hopefully keep an eye out for other marks that might show up, which would be Mr. Shark. Mountain 290 now, so I'm kind of primed to put my next bait out as soon as I catch this. Prime depth, that is. I see another mark with it down there. It's not going at it, so maybe it's another tuna. Couple more marks down there. As soon as I get this in, I definitely need to throw another bait on. This one was definitely getting messed with for a fair amount of time before, or maybe like a minute before I hooked up to it. That's when I was shooting the B-roll for it. This bait was only in the water for maybe 5 minutes. Back off the drag just a tiny bit. Or not. The rod just going bounce, bounce, bounce. So this is going to be a yellowfin tuna. I already saw it, pretty sure. Anyways, looks like it's coming in sideways. There's a small chance I could have foul hooked it. Yeah, yellowfin tuna, not a huge one, but still a ton of fun. Oh yeah, he is foul hooked. Okay. Need to stop screwing around with this, because that hook could pull out. The shark could come up here and take a swipe. Plus, I'd like a shot at catching some other fish today, so. The light is pretty perfect for some underwater shots. Oh yeah. Not hooked by much. This time, not getting away. Unless the hook pulls, which could happen. Not this time. Yeah, nice 20-pound yellowfin tuna, 22 pounds maybe. These things are so cool to catch. This is the perfect size too off the kayak. It's not gonna hurt you. They fight really good. Obviously you just got to keep the sharks off them. This guy's not done yet. Okay, hook's out. What a great fish though. Fish finder got knocked in the water. Alright, we'll go ahead and stick the next bait out while we're doing this. The hook is still sharp. Not really sure how it ended up getting hooked right there, but kind of lucky we got that fish in actually. So another bait, good sized one, about 8 inches, 8.5. So we'll get all this stuff sorted, let the line out. We're out in 300. I'm just gonna try and kind of push up closer towards the ledge, obviously deal with this fish, and maybe we'll throw out another bait here in a second. I think this bait might have gotten eaten already. Yep. Hooked up 275 that time. That didn't take long. And 300 feet again, didn't really go anywhere. This thing really hasn't taken any runs either. I guess it could be a shark. There's a full-on log right there. There might be some mahi-mahi around. But the first yellowfin that I had on felt like dead weight until I kind of figured out that it was hooked. Still just nothing. That was a real pain in the ass. I didn't want to fight a freaking shark, but I knew that's what it was. It was hooked right in the corner of the mouth, the sandbar. So we'll move back up here. I see more ships, so I just want to stay out of their way. Hopefully we can find some more action though. I ended up cutting the line as close to the shark as I could. I was still probably, I don't know, 3 feet away from the hook. So he's got to deal with that until the hook rusts out. But let's get back at it. That's probably one of the sandbar sharks that wanted to eat that yellowfin tuna that I just caught. Took a little bit of time to try and clean some of the blood off the kayak. I'm in 230, moved kind of back up in closer to the ledge. I think that shark was in the blood trail, and that's how it ended up eating that opelu so quickly. And then I'm gonna clean up the cameras. That one's super dirty. This one's got a bunch of splotches on it. So we'll try and reset. Hopefully we can do that before something else takes the bait. Finally got the bait set up. I'm kind of drifting right over the same spot as I hooked that last yellowfin tuna, so hopefully we'll pick something up. I'm a little worried that the action is just going to die, but it could just be on all day or all morning. But the slack tide's coming up here in a minute, so I should probably go back to jigging if I want some action. Hooked up 240. It's 8:46 right now. It should be right at high tide. I think it's running back towards me. There he is. It's coming right in. I'm feeling that it's gonna freak out, or it's just a tiny little cava bonita. Oh, probably gonna get a look at it here. It must be tiny. What is that? Long and skinny. It might be a cuda. Oh, it popped off. Yeah, I think that was a barracuda. Pretty sure that was a barracuda. Just got a baggie full of all the different little hook sizes, so I throw it on there. It looks like I just went over some kind of bait, but who knows. Going with a really small one, a 1-0 this time. Okay, the way I'm hooking these sideways through the nose, and then I'm just making a loop in the line to go around the tail just to make it a little more streamlined. And that way when the fish swallows it, they almost always swallow it head first. That hook will just be primed to hook them right in the corner of the mouth. Now we wait. Not sure what this is. I think it might be my uku. Nice. Awesome. Heck yeah. And naturally they lose their color after they're dead. But that's a perfect size. Just cook that guy whole. Stay on. I don't know what that was, but that's cool to hook into something at the end. Not really sure what pulls like that. Might have been a barracuda. Alright, well that's gonna do it. I jigged for probably 5 minutes or so, something like that. Didn't get any action. What I suspect happened with that last fish that I had hooked, I think the way I put the weight on there, I think that's what broke me off. So that was pretty stupid, but I didn't have a rubber band. And the wife's texting me, asked me if I'm done. It's 12:30, so I am done. I'm pretty beat.